21st and July 8th through the 12th. Now, some of you are probably wondering, well, what is the Summer Institute? The Summer Institute is an incredible opportunity for college-age students to come to the American Journey Experience Museum and experience history like never before. Students will learn of the political philosophies and ideologies that made this nation great, as well as be able to hold and experience artifacts in history like they never have before. You'll be trained by Tim and David Barton of Wall Builders and have a special guest appearance of Glenn Beck, creator of theblaze.com. If you would like the opportunity to apply for our program, please visit AmericanJourneyExperience.com to fill out the application. You should have an education coordinator reach out to you within 48 to 72 hours of filing that application. Thank you, God bless you, and we hope to see you in Dallas, Texas. It is May 10th, 1940. Winston Churchill has assumed power in His Majesty's government as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Austria, Czechoslovakia, and Poland have fallen to the Nazis. France is a mere weeks away from surrendering to the enemy. And that will enable Great Britain to lose its greatest ally in all of Europe. Even worse, British Parliament is considering appeasement measures which would allow Great Britain to forfeit the majority of Europe to the fascists. These days in Britain are dark, but Winston Churchill would choose hope. He is called the most revered statesman in the 20th century because of his boundless optimism, his courage, his tenacity, and his ability to mobilize the English language in a way that no leader had before. And he changed it into its most effective fighting form, which is inspiration into the hearts of his fellow countrymen. He knows that if he is to defeat Germany, he must not leave the United Kingdom only in form, but actually unite the kingdom in fact. So he marches to the House of Commons, and he gives one of the greatest wartime speeches of all time. He says that Hitler knows he will have to break us in this island. But if we stand up to him, then all of Europe may be free, and the life of the world may move forward into broad, sunlit uplands. But if we fail, then the entire world, including the United States, including everything we have ever known and cared for, will sink into the abyss of a new dark age made more sinister and perhaps more protracted by the lights of perverted science. Let us therefore brace ourselves to our duties and so bear ourselves that if the British Empire and its Commonwealth lasts for 1,000 years, men will still say that this was our finest hour. In the face of total evil, Churchill chose faith, hope, and victory. And ladies and gentlemen, the question is before our country, will America choose the same? I don't have to tell any of you that our nation is in serious trouble. As I stand on this stage today, we are $34 trillion in debt and have indebted 6 generations of unborn Americans. We have murdered 63 million babies, which constitute the most innocent population on the face of the planet. We are engaged in numerous conflicts abroad with no resolve to bring any of them to a conclusion. From the local middle school to the highest echelons of government, we are undergoing an ideological war that, if left on its present course, will spell the end of the Republic, our values, and what makes America exceptional. I experienced this in full effect when I worked as a staff member in the Texas House of Representatives. I would ask representatives and senators and lobbyists a very simple question. And that question was, what do you think makes America exceptional? And I received a range of incredibly disappointing answers. Answers like, well, Elijah, what makes America exceptional is the fact that we have freedom, or liberty, or powerful military, or we're leaders of medical innovation and invention. And while I would argue all of those things are good, none of those things is what makes America exceptional. You see, what made America separate from all of the other governments on the face of the planet was the fact that we understood this simple promise. You've probably heard it before. It goes like this: that we hold these truths to be self-evident. That all men are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the governed. So you see, it doesn't matter what laws passed by Congress, what order is signed by the President, or what opinion is rendered by the Supreme Court, because we believe that there's a supreme being who holds within his hand the destiny of all nations, and the destiny of every single man, woman, and child in this room. So tell me, America, is that something worth fighting for? Then answer me this: why have so many Americans resigned themselves to watching their country fall? Why do I hear Americans say that it's time to run for the hills and abandon what millions have fought and died for? I think Ronald Reagan ended up saying it best when he said, if our present struggles are too difficult now, when did that realization begin? Just in the face of these issues and this enemy? Or should have Moses told the children of Israel to stay in slavery under Pharaoh? Should have Christ refused the cross? Or should have the revolutionaries at Concord and Lexington refuse to fire the shot heard around the world? The martyrs of history were not fools. And the 400,000 Americans we sacrificed to liberate our continent, not our own, did not die in vain. And if only we as Americans remembered this history, and we understood the history of our heroes, we could channel the same courage and excellence and mobilize that to save these great United States. That is exactly why Glenn Beck started the American Journey experience. Through our collection of over 160,000 artifacts, we use these items to bring the history of heroes back alive, so that we may learn from their courage and their excellence and their faith in God. And this promoted us, or this allowed us, to bring our greatest flagship offering, which is the American Journey Experience Summer Institute. It's an opportunity to come to our museum in Irving, Texas, and learn of the incredible stories that made America what it is today. Not just hearing of these stories, but being able to hold in your hands the actual artifacts that were present at those critical junctures. It is our mission that after the Summer Institute, you will be equipped to engage in the culture war and fight it and win. But above all, I pray that after coming, you will understand that there is hope. That you will understand that even if you are in your classroom or your church or your small group and you feel like you stand alone, that if God is with you, you are always the majority. So where are you, men of courage? Where are you, women of honor? Your country is in its dire need, its hour of maximum danger. Will you respond to its call with courage and virtue? Or will you let this, the last best hope of man on earth, fall? I know you won't. And I pray that you will join us in this great endeavor. Thank you. God bless you. And may God bless these United States of America. Thank you.